Imagine this: a king raises the price of beer by half a penny, and suddenly the whole city explodes in protest. This isn't a joke. It actually happened in Munich in 1844. It became known as the Beer Revolution, one of the strangest uprisings in European history. In the mid-19th century, beer wasn't just a drink. It was staple food, liquid bread. For workers, artisans, and even students, beer was filling, nourishing, and often safer than water. People relied on it like food, and because of that, authorities regulated it carefully, almost like bread itself. That's why Bavaria introduced the famous Reinheitsgebot, the purity law. It wasn't about tradition back then, it was about public safety. It ensured that beer was brewed only from water, barley, and hops, so that no dangerous herbs or additives would end up in this everyday staple. But in the spring of 1844, King Ludwig I issued a decree. Brewers in Munich were allowed to raise the price of a Maß, that's 1 liter of beer, from 6 kreuzer to 6.5. The reason for that were poor harvests that had made grain scarce. The king argued that brewers simply couldn't cover their costs at the old price. On paper, it looked like a minor change, but for ordinary people, who already spent much of their wages on beer, that half kreuzer was a heavy burden. So, on May 1st, 1844, Munich exploded. Crowds gathered near the Sendlinger Tor, one of the city's gates. Taverns were stormed, barrels rolled into the streets, windows smashed, and furniture destroyed. Over the next days, thousands joined in: workers, apprentices, and even students. The police were overwhelmed and badly beaten. It was so bad, in fact, that the authorities had to call in the army. But here's the twist: many of those soldiers drank beer too and sympathized with the people. So, when ordered to fire, many refused, and without the army's full cooperation, the government had no way to crush the revolt. After 4 days, King Ludwig I finally gave in. The decree was withdrawn and the price of beer returned to 6 kreuzer. For the citizens of Munich, it was more than just cheaper beer. It was proof that united protest defeated royal authority. The riots even caught the attention of the young Friedrich Engels, who reported on them from England in the newspaper The Northern Star in May 1844. He described the chaos in Munich, from smashed taverns to soldiers refusing orders. But he also made a striking prediction. If the people once know that they can frighten the government out of their taxing system, they will soon learn that it will be as easy to frighten them as far as regards more serious affairs. For Engels, the beer revolution wasn't just a drunken riot, it was a glimpse of how ordinary people could one day challenge entire governments. Today, the beer revolution of 1844 is little known outside Bavaria, but it showed how something as basic as the price of beer could ignite a movement powerful enough to humble a king. Ironically, just a few years later, Ludwig I would lose his throne altogether, not because of beer, but because of a scandal surrounding his mistress Lola Montes. Still, the beer revolution remains a unique moment in history. The day Munich's people rose up, not for grand ideals, but for their daily bread in liquid form. So, next time you raise a glass of beer, remember Munich 1844. The day a king was forced to surrender, to his peoples first. Prost!